sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. All that and more coming up next.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Zerline set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Throwing Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now it's Nix. Got a man open. It's Sutton. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Over the middle, he finds Vele. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Now receiver in motion left.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton from 6 yards away.
And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
So that one a long 11-play drive.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line. On play action, they'll throw.
He gets this to Devontae Adams.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
On play action, Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now Rodgers.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Taken in left side, it's Wilson. And the Jets are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Touchdown, Jets! It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers.
And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time, a 6-play drive.
And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He hasn't had a ball touch the ground yet. 8 of 8 throwing it. Perfect so far, including the touchdown on the last drive, you remember, as they begin 1st and 10 here. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Here's Nix.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now 3rd down and 7. To throw, here's Nix. That is caught. He's got the 1st down and more.
And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They give it to Williams, running right.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Throwing right, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
To throw is Nix.
It's Williams on the catch. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Nix.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
That's the third time on this drive these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Nix once more. Throw left side, complete to Troutman.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Back to throw. Nix. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Marvin Mims.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
You throw, what, a touchdown strike?
there you go. That's my man in concert.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The 38 now after a good start to the drive. Rodgers going to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Second down and 6 now.
Here's Rodgers. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And again, it's Rodgers.
Throw right side, Wilson.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. And, Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And he's got it inside the 10. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, 46 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now Rodgers. This is caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Rodgers again now. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Second down and 6 now from the 26.
They run it again with Williams. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
2nd and 5.
Now we give up the middle to Williams.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Up the middle, it's Williams.
To about the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Paul again. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 6.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jets offense and Devontae Adams set to take over once more, and he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
Straight ahead is Hall.
They'll get three as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Rodgers.
That's complete. It's Malachi Corley.
That'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. 44 yards.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. This is 1st and 10.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Forced out to his left. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the 1st down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10. Nix to the air.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Now Williams running left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Again, it's Williams. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Lutz is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jets offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
open man here is Conklin.
And he's got a first down to the 40-yard line, but the clock runs.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.